Chrome. Today we're talking Walkera Rodeo 110. You get the drone and the remote all in this box. We'll tell you a little bit about it and how it compares to some of these other brushless micros. So I like this box because it's a nice way to store the drone. You can see we got it right there on top with the battery in there. And we've got a Devo 7 that comes with it, which is a solid remote. It's not the top of the line, but it is really pretty nice. All right, so let's take a look at this Walkera Rodeo 110. You can see that it's bigger than most of these other micros we have. It's about the same size as the King Kong 110. It is definitely a little heavier, but there are some really nice things about this drone. You'll see that the battery sits on top so that it sits flat. A lot of these other drones, you have to strap it to the bottom with some rubber band or some other goofy way to put it on there, and it just doesn't lie flat. So that's really nice about this. You can see we've got a camera here that is tiltable, right? Just a little bit of push. We can angle it up, which is nice when you're flying. It is made out of carbon fiber. This thing is pretty strong. I've crashed it a few times. These blades have some give, so you don't have to replace them every time you crash. Also nice. It has some punch. We'll talk about that when we get it up in the air. But the thing that's really nice about this, compared to these, it comes with this remote, this Devo 7. It's paired to the remote. I just have to turn it on and I can fly right away. I don't have to buy the remote, I don't have to pair the remote, I don't have to add a receiver, I don't have to beta flight or clean flight anything. I plug it in and I take off. Now these are nice, they're probably a little bit faster. Let's talk about this one, for example, the BabyHawk. A lot of people love this one. It's about $100, but doesn't come with a receiver. I had to solder on the receiver, take it apart, solder it on. That was $25. Doesn't come with a remote. I fly it with my Taranis QX7. This thing's about $125. You gotta add that to the cost as well. So when it comes to the total cost, you're looking at over $200 for this combo package, whereas you get this for about $150, actually a lot of times even under. So the thing that, again, I cannot stress, this is nice because I can get this right up in the air. This, I gotta bind. If you haven't had to deal with that, it can be a process. These all have to be set to fly on this remote. So you gotta go through setting up the remote, binding it to the remote, which sometimes is easy and sometimes can take a couple of hours if you're not exactly sure what you're doing. So for starters, this is an awesome kit because you can just get it up in the air right out of the box. So let's do that. Let's get it up in the air right out of the box. You'll notice right away that this Walkera has some zip to it, but it isn't just a race drone. This thing is pretty well suited for an early flyer, a beginner flyer. It's pretty stable. It's a pretty smooth flyer. So you'll see it kind of holds its course pretty well. It doesn't have altitude hold or anything like that. It wasn't built for taking pictures or aerial photography. This was built to be an early stage racer.